Hey, sports fans, Larry Eder here. This is the epilogue for Athletics Chat 102. We're back. Stuart in lovely Oxford, England, and Larry, that's me, in lovely Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. I'm in the Laren Hall, the global headquarters of RunBlogRun. First, a update. So, there are times, I know you guys are shocked when I am I don't know less than the full story. So I was talking about teams leaving the Pac-12 and going to the Big Ten. In 2022, USC and UCLA announced they were joining the Big Ten, which was shocking to some. The big deal was this last week, the University of Washington and Oregon are now going to be joining the Big Ten. We don't know when. It could be 2025, but it will affect college sports in a incredible way. In a conversation with our producer, he made a couple interesting comments, and Mike Deering, and we could see something in the future similar to the way American professional football is set up. Money is king, and these TV contracts are huge. Now, the University of Missouri football coach said something fascinating on Instagram this weekend. He said that he's not worried about the football teams because that's what this is built around, but the tennis teams, the cross-country teams, the track teams, the soccer teams that have to travel across the country. It is hard enough to be a college athlete, competing, training, and you have to maintain a strong GPA. And most of these schools are very rigorous in their educational demands. I remember at Santa Clara University competing Division I in cross country and in track club, and I was running 22 units, 3/4, maintaining a 3.2, 3.3 at Santa Clara, which was really difficult. And considering the training I was doing, the study that was required, we traveled, but we traveled just on the West Coast. Think about traveling across the country every other weekend or several weekends. Those things are huge. Now, the only way sports like track and field and cross country and tennis and soccer can make it work is with the huge revenues that football affords or basketball affords. I suspect that the contracts for the SEC and for the Big Ten are two of the largest contracts in terrestrial TV sports history. And someone will correct me about it in the next day or two, I know. The Olympic contract for NBC is over $5 billion. I believe the NCAA contract for basketball is similar to that. Think about the revenue, but also think about the eyeballs that are watching it globally, right? The U.S. Track Coaches Association group that I represent has the rights to the NCAA Division I cross country, which has been one of the big cult favorites. It is a huge undertaking. The quality of the broadcast is incredible. They do it streaming and on terrestrial TV, ESPN, and it's continuing to grow, and it grows in leaps and bounds. And the track and field coverage in the summer or in June of each year, before summer, right? Late spring, is a huge thing as well. How much does this TV affect the sport? Huge way. It gives access to people watching it. Not only are they watching the streaming, not only are they watching it on the terrestrial TV, but they're also watching it on YouTube. Now, how do we get the numbers for all that? That's what's important, the numbers of eyeballs. And NBC seems to be a little bit behind in a lot of that with the way they're doing it with the Olympics. They want everything to be pretend live. I don't think people care about that. They want to see the action. They want to see the stories. The NBC coverage is brilliant. The global BBC coverage and the production that World Athletics does is brilliant. Like, for example, right now, European Athletics is doing live coverage from Jerusalem of the under 20s. And European Athletics has gotten it better than any of the track federations, including USATF. because the numbers that are watching European athletics are astounding. And I wish NBC would hear this and listen, and it understands the error in their ways of not putting USA track and field on TV every time they can. The recent ruling that World Athletics is going to institute at this World Championships is that if there's a lane open in a semifinal or final, they're filling it. That's brilliant. And I'm not going to say it should have been done 20 years ago, because that means nothing. All we can talk about is the future. But I think the future of track and field is really exciting. The future of it does rely on how much TV coverage we're going to get and how the quality of that coverage. And we'll be discussing those things and many more in our next Athletic Chat 103. This is Larry Eder. Run, jump, and throw. Tell someone you love them. Thank you for watching Athletics Chat. Thanks, Mike Deering, for managing the production values. And thank you, Stuart Weir, for taking time to record this with me. I've missed doing it over the last 8 months, and I'm glad that we're in our third season. Talk to you soon.